Say, what's the difference between you and an animal? The teaching of evolution has had a profound impact on our society. Genetic engineering, the wholesale slaughter of abortion, and the growing pressure for euthanasia all stem back to the notion that God isn't necessary in the equation of life. By evolution, we don't just mean change, but the idea that molecules became man and everything else simply by natural processes. That by pure chance life could somehow come from non-life is absurd. The only reason people, otherwise intelligent people, can believe the equation nothing plus nobody equals everything is because the alternative always ends up sounding like God. And who wants to give an answer to God for the way we've lived? The spontaneous generation of life was disproved long ago by Reddy, Pasteur, and others. The canning industry proves how secure we are in the idea that life cannot come from non-life in a closed system. But the concept has been smuggled back into the science classroom by those seeking an alternative to an intelligent designer. Even more destructive is the idea that impersonal, mindless matter has somehow produced man with his personality, rationality, and concepts of morality. This theory is self-destructive. Charles Darwin himself stated, quote, "With me the horrid doubt always arises whether the convictions of a man's mind, which has been developed from the mind of the lower animals, are of any value at all. Would anyone trust in the conviction of a monkey's mind if there are any convictions in such a mind?" End quote. If your brain is an accident, how can you trust your thoughts? The really frightening thing is that by denying God, man ends up denying his own humanness. Truth, beauty, and love are robbed of meaning. Everything must be explained by chemistry and physics. But who can explain a love letter merely by the chemistry and physics of the paper and ink? The Bible states, quote, "The fool hath said in his heart, there is no God." End quote. Psalm 53, verse 1. Why? Because, says Romans 1:20, since the creation of the world, God's invisible attributes are clearly seen, being understood by the things which are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. End quote. No matter how much you may try to suppress it, there still comes from deep within you the cry that you are not an animal or a machine. You didn't get this from the amoeba. You got it from God, who created you and calls you to himself. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. John 3:16. God built you with the capacity to be friends with him. Don't miss out on this offer of a lifetime. Just because you're unwilling to be honest with him about your moral failures, or be afraid of what people may think, if you choose to believe in God.